What's up, Rube? It's Little Big Robot's back. Hey, quick video here. Kind of a quick video. Hey, there are little adult beverage. There are a few things in life that I think instantly make me happy. Not instantly, but yeah, instantly, I guess you'd say. Like, I used to wonder about people who were so into one thing. Whether that's, like zoology or cartoons or whatever it was, because I was never into just one thing. I couldn't be. I was always, I'm not scatterbrained, but I tend to get some enjoyment out of almost anything. So as I'm enjoying one thing, I'll see something else and be like, oh, that's cool too. So it's not like I fall out of love with old things. I just continue to fall in love with new things. So there are a few things that I really, really love, like hanging out with my wife on the beach is a lot of fun, exploring the city with her. My cats, I absolutely just get pure joy out of them. I used to play live a lot, play drums in bands for most of my life, about 30 years, and I used to playing a live show was pure bliss until it became physically kind of exhausting because I would play so hard that I would break so much equipment that I just couldn't play anymore. So it started to become a bit of a chore, but I had some of the best moments in my life doing that. But other than that, there are certain things that that really, really get me. But the one that really gets me in that magical way to where I can't even really explain it, and it literally makes me feel like a kid again. I guess it's been a long time since I've been a kid, but it feels similar to that. I imagine is basically toys, but more specifically, oh, what a coincidence! I have one here. Oh, look at that! Oh. But model kits. I've asked before. I've asked people who watch my stuff, and I've asked around, and I thought to ask, are model kits toys? And of course they are. Basically, toy is an umbrella term, and under that umbrella term are tons and tons of things that you wouldn't even expect. I mean, you got the most primitive of toys. I'm going to sit on my leg for a minute here. I love sitting on my leg. I prefer to sit on my legs for some reason. The most primitive toys, started 14,000 years ago, whatever, in the form of a stick or a rock or something like that. Heck, you find a good stick these days and it goes popular on Reddit, so there's still a very cool thing to find when you're walking around the world. I mean, when you're a kid, if you have a couple good sticks, you got some swords, you got a rifle, you're set for the weekend. Your weekend is booked. But underneath there, you've got basically the categories breaking out. And some of the most common ones that I like to point out, dolls, for example. Under dolls are action figures. Action figures are dolls, whether people want to admit it or not. They are a subsection or subsect, or whatever you'd call it, of dolls. They're just dolls made maybe of a different material. But even these days, you find action figures that have cloth goods. Do find dolls that have action figure parts and styles. So they're really combined. They really are melding together. And you have, like robot toys, like Transformers, for example. Those would be under like a doll or a figure toy, so there's different categories. A model kit is definitely a toy under that category. It seems like it wouldn't be because it's more of a craft, or something like that. But what results in the craft is literally a toy. Now, it might not be the same toy as, say, a transformer toy where it's designed to hold up to different, transforming it and untransforming it or whatever. Detransforming, how would that be said? It's built to kind of take a little bit more physical play, like actual play, like as a kid does, like that kind of stuff. And a model kit is built, although kids do play with them for sure. We all have seen, let me give her a little drink of my little adult beverage here. Love my cup too. It's my wife's cup. Isn't that pretty? Pretty? Yeah. But a model kit, when you're done with it and you have a model toy, we've all seen those horror stories of photos like my nephew found my Gunpla collection like this. And they're all over the floor because they don't hold up to this in the same way necessarily. They're not really meant to, especially push fit or snap fit models. They're meant to go together almost temporarily because you can take them apart for customization. But then, of course, I have actual toys like these guys, the Joy toys. You can't really see them. Here's a Joy toy, Dreadnought down here. alongside some of the model kits. Over here, oh, you can't see it, even top 50 toys over here, and over here are more action figures and customs and stuff. So you can see toys, actual kind of action figure toys that are manufactured for you, blending in with model kits. There are now toys that, and there always have been, but especially now, are really sturdy, action figure type model kit or toys that are meant to be modular, so they have that sturdiness. Ben 10 is a fantastic line I used to collect. I used to love that Ben 10 line that came out about 10 years ago. I can't remember how long ago, but I loved that line. I sold most of them. I kept a few of my favorites, and they were like a sturdy toy, and they actually had a collection of snap apart arms and stuff, like a modular toy system. I thought that was really great, and I've kept all of those. But so a model kit is not meant to be played in the same way as some other toys, but not all toys are meant to be played the same either. You wouldn't take even a G.I. Joe and hit it with a bat like you would a baseball, but they're both toys. But I used to wonder about people who immediately got this they seem to be obsessed with one thing, because that would drive me crazy. I can't ever do one thing. Granted, this has kind of been a detriment to my life, and this is the honest truth, because I just can't sit still that long. And so in college, I was going to college for an art degree to become an art teacher, and I became really, really disenchanted with it because of the fact that I had to do like math and stuff, and which is fine, but it just felt like they were giving me a bunch of extra crap for a lot of money that wouldn't have guaranteed a job. So I found it hard to even come near finishing that. I think I got about halfway through. But model kits, to me, there's a funny picture. Maybe I'll post it here if I can find it. In 2015, I turned this video game channel that was started in 2007 into a toy channel, pretty much to 2015. That's when my toy it basically switched over. I stopped reporting about video games and streaming them and stuff like that, and I started doing just pretty much toys. I think I've done one or two videos since then. And there's a picture of me around that time when we first moved down to Austin, Texas, which was a bigger area than we were at before. And I went and found a hobby town, I think, in can't remember where it was. It's like North Austin, and it was just a wall of gunpla. And I remember feeling such a primitive pool, like a drawing, like a an attraction. I couldn't explain it. And my wife took a photo of me looking through the collection on my knees, and I remember her taking it afterwards, and I was like, oh, and I saw it later, and I was like, I just love that photo, because it was like looking at somebody different, somebody who was experiencing something I never experienced really before, as far as like, there was no questions about me enjoying this or becoming obsessed with it. Not obsessed, but just always loving it, kind of like I still do with art and drums, but even those have fallen away. Whereas model kits I've done pretty much my whole life at some point. So, and hobby stuff. And so I find myself being just like enthralled by them. Like, oh my God, this is so cool. Now, I had to start asking myself, is this due to the packaging? Is this due to the collectible aspect of it? Like, I definitely have a backlog. You can't see it right now, but I've been knocking through them. What I tend to do is get a backlog of like 10 or 15 kits, 20 kits. And then like right now I have 2 months of videos uploaded, something like that, a month and a half. And while those are kind of hanging in the background, I'll do kind of short videos like this or quick videos like this that don't take much planning, just to kind of get my thoughts out. And I'm also using this time away from having to worry about making videos, even though I don't make complicated videos, but still I use that time away to work on my backlog, and I'll knock them all out in about a week or two or something like that, 2 weeks. And then I have the next wave of reviews. Sometimes I build a model kit I think I want to review, and then it was horrible and I just don't feel like reviewing it. I just want it to go away. And so I have, found this instant connection with them, and I had to think, is it a collectible thing? Is it the package design? Is it the building aspect of it? Is it the customization of it? I used to think, in fact, I have a post, I think from the Gunpla subreddit years ago, where somebody was talking about building them. When I take a drink, you take a drink. Tasty. And I said, I really don't enjoy building them. I enjoy customizing them more. Now, I wasn't being a smartass. I think I was just kind of being probably just an asshole, or, kind of like devil's advocate or something like that. I don't know what it was. Everybody does that online once in a while. And I was like, I didn't mean that I didn't just enjoy, I hate building them. But at the time I was way into customization, which are some of the ones over here, learning how to wash and just making them look really beat up and stuff like that. That's my favorite thing. But lately, especially as model kits have become so nice and so buttery. And as I've discovered really, really amazing kits that just thrill me, like Hexagear, bulk arms, B-Duck, stuff like that. They're so smooth. They're getting to a point now that they're so nice. It could be done by anybody, but the building process itself is a real joy. As you build it, you go, oh, that's so fun. Look at that. Or you put together like a little arm or something. You go, oh, look how cool that is, And now what I've done is I've said, what do I really, really enjoy? And that is, I kind of really found this out, especially with B-Duck, because it came in this huge box. And Hexagear, the bulk arms, they come in a large box and a lot of fun. And I would get it and just look at the box art, enjoy that part of it, unbox it, which is part of the experience as a lover of model kits. It's kind of like toys. It's part of the really good kits will often have a really nice unboxing experience, or at least a cool one, not just some cheap. The box feels cheap. Like everything about it feels kind of premium. It doesn't have to be pricey to be premium, but just feels right. And Gunpla really does that well. Bandai does amazing jobs on that. But then you get into Hexagear and stuff, and you have such a good time unboxing it. And then you build it, and then when you're done, that feeling when you finally put the arms together, or the tank turret finally fits, or whatever. It's not. I don't think it's a feeling of satisfaction because I'm satisfied with the whole process. But it's a feeling of, this is just really, really fun. And then excitement for the next one. So for example, I've been moving into large kits over the last couple months or whatever, where I'm floored by, as you can see, Destroy Gundam, Hexagear, this big guy, which I got years ago, but still, I love these big giant kits. And I decided to do less videos of larger kits or larger toys instead of a bunch. I used to do up to 4 videos a week. You can imagine that, 16 videos a month. 3 videos. I even was doing 3 for a long time. Even that's 12 videos a month. Imagine all the money you have to spend just to kind of keep up with that. So I wasn't really enjoying it. But I was also getting more small kits and small toys like number 57s or whatever, instead of a great big fun thing. You take a drink? Also, I still definitely have the dexterity I always have. I still have physical fitness, thank God. I'm still, my brain's still there. I can definitely, if anything, my detail work has gotten better over time. But the little tiny kits, sometimes, man, there is a part in there, like I built the G-Quux model kit, started to build it. I haven't even finished it yet. And the parts were so tiny, I was like, screw this. So I started working on a big giant, I think it was this bulk arm over here. So the big kits kind of give me some relief in that area as well. But it's the overall experience now where I get a box in, like I got the new Psycho Gundam. It's going to come in a box like this big. And that to me is just almost the ultimate experience. You get to unbox it and look at the cool art. You pull the plastic parts out, and you organize them and stuff for building. Oh, excuse me. All sorts of stuff. And I told myself, let's just try the big kit thing for a while. Let's just try the big toy thing for a while. Not to be like, I'm not going to buy like the Joy Toy Knight. I mean, I want to, sure, but that's so big. And it's like those people who run a channel where it's just like the big statues or something. And they're like $1,000 a piece. Now, granted, some of them do get them for free as they get larger as a channel. But when you're starting out, it's just so much. A big model kit like this was, I think, $60. It's a Moderoid kit. I haven't opened it yet. I did cut the plastic for the video here, but I haven't opened it yet. This is I love this size. Those CAT, C-A-T 010203. I've been reviewing those. I absolutely love those. The plastic quality is so well that what I like about that too is I know that that'll make me keep the model kits for a while. I have toys and model kits have now lasted me 10 years. I expect to have them for at least until I'm dead. And, doesn't feel as wasteful as some toys where, a kid might get a toy and play with it for a while and literally it winds up in a landfill because the parents don't know what to do with it. These guys are more of like, a model kit is a toy that also becomes a collectible, that also becomes like a shelf piece, a It can become all sort. It's got so much in one box. So I thought it'd be cool to open this guy while I'm here, because this is my jam. I get this thing in here from Big Bad Toy Store, which is probably my favorite site for toys. For Gundam, specifically Gundam, it's Gunzo downtown San Diego. For online Gundam sales, it's Amazon or USA Gundam Store. All of their shipping is kind of bad, but still, it's a good site, usually. The site itself needs to be redone. The navigation is really bad. Also, have you ever noticed on USA Gundam Store that you'll say, do not show me pre-orders are sold out or something like that, and it still does. And it's just annoying. I don't like their navigation. So I got this from Big Bad Toy Store, $4 shipped. All their stuff is $4 shipped. Amazing price because you can get a giant box for nothing. They also have collector's boxes, so you can get an action figure or something in like a graded collector's box. It's really, really cool. I never do that because I'm a guy who pulls the stuff out. I gotta cut that end off. Let's do that real quick. Let's grab my little. Daddy's got a little buzz, so I want to make sure I don't cut myself. Okay, so I'm grabbing that. So this is my favorite. Oh, and this is a new thing too. So first of all, look at the box art. What I do now is I don't save the box it came in unless I really need to, like the store extra parts or whatever. I fold these down like this. This is my favorite because I have a flat stack of probably 300 of these. Of my favorites. If it's not something I care for, I don't really care, and I don't save it. I'll recycle it. But I love that. So this is my new favorite style of box. I've noticed this a lot. This feels very premium to me. This is something that a collectible comes in a box like this, a remote control car, and you can pull it out. It helps you pull it out of the top box, and there you go. So now what I have is the absolute joy of, I don't tend to look at them too much through the plastic and go, oh, look at that, unless I'm reviewing it or whatever. I throw all that out and I just get a cursory glance at everything. And by the way, the plastic, just in touching this, there's a certain kind of plastic that is much, it's almost like a hard putty. There are different types of plastic, but there are also different in different colors in types of plastic. In the same type of plastic, different colors will have, some will be more brittle. And when you cut it, it's like cutting a piece of, I don't know, like it's just a more brittle piece. And then some you'll get like certain colors will feel more buttery, which is my favorite word for model kit. If it's buttery, you know we're on a good roll there. So let me cut this open because I'm feeling it through the plastic here, that this plastic is that kind of, it's not rubbery. It's hard to explain. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, it's got a nice, it's hard to explain. So I don't pull all the pieces out because later, you do that in the kit. There's some really cool parts in here. So I just kind of look through it all and look for some weird thing that I might have missed. And one of the reasons I do this first instead of grabbing the instruction manual first and look through that is because this way I can get a surprise. So if there's an LED or something I didn't know, I go, oh, cool, look at that. I don't think there is in this. Oh, but look, like this. Beautiful. See-through plastic is not my favorite, but I really do like it as a gimmick. The eyes are see-through, or he's got like a special laser fist that's see-through. I love that stuff. I love silver, or even like a gunmetal color. The chrome I like, but as you know, it cuts, or you can scratch it so easy, it's almost not worth it. Again, more great see-through plastic, more nice gray, which I can already see parts that I'm recognizing as like a leg part probably and stuff. So really, really cool. I throw all these out. And then what you do is you take this, you put the box on the ground for your cat. My cats are not in the room right now. That's different. They put it in a piece of plastic, the instruction manual, which, I mean, you guys and gals and others out there tell me, I've never built a Motoroid kit. I don't think I have. I could have. But supposedly their quality is pretty good. Nice manual. This is going to be a fun kit, I think. Hey, again, I love when I do this and I tell people I do this. I have people who kind of don't understand this, but I pick out something that I think looks cool and I buy it. If it's expensive, like over $50 or whatever, I might look up a review just to make sure I'm not gonna buy something horrible, like the big guy here, the big purple guy. It was $100, and would I have bought him again? Probably not. I probably would have spent it on a different one, but I'm glad I did because I experienced a third party. That review is coming up, by the way. But, no big deal, just kind of the normal instruction manual stuff. And then maybe you look through this. I've discovered that it is pretty smart to go ahead and check the manual first. just to kind of get yourself familiar with it in case there's anything missing, or if you're, I'm really bad about when I know there's two identical parts being made, let's say two leg parts, I still try to make them individually because I will at some point screw them up and put the wrong part somewhere. Unless they're absolutely identical, I don't do that. But anyway, that's what I do. I'm going to cut the plastic bags open. I put them in, as you know, ABC alphabetical arrangement. And then as I work or as I do whatever, because I work at home, I can sit there and grab and put a little part together. And over a day or two, I can have the thing built kind of in my spare time, because I don't like to get off work, go in there into a different area of the house and sit down again. I like to be on my feet and moving around. But there you go. So that's, if that explains it, or if you weren't familiar or with my message here, that's why I think model kits are my favorite toy. They're my favorite, childish, my collectible thing, whatever. There's such pure joy in a box with a good model kit. Even a bad one, like especially the old ones that were really stiff, really bad plastic. Like if you buy a vintage kit and it's sealed and you get to put together, it's still really fun because you see how far they came, but there's still a real charm in older kits. I absolutely love them. But anyway, so let me know what you guys and gals and others think. There's probably more specific individual toys. Obviously, my top 50 there. I'm still working on, I'll start recording those videos in here in a couple months. There's individual toys that just really wet my whistle, where I was like, that is just a cool toy, period, number 10 or whatever. But overall, as a genre, model kits are easily my favorite. I don't know if, haven't even thought, I don't know if model kits kind of number the best in there. But to be fair, these toys go back to before I was doing model kits and stuff. So, but anyway, let me know what you think. Just a little thought about there while I'm drinking a little adult beverage. There you go. I'm going to go put this guy together into the box. I have 4 or 5 videos coming up, so just keep an eye out. Hey, subscribe if you've listened to me this far. I'm trying to get to 6,000 or something. I don't know, whatever. Have a good one, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye.